Namaste to you guys. Today I want to speak about self-knowledge. How to get to know yourself and what does it really mean to get to know yourself. I realized that in getting to know myself, I had to accept myself. I had to accept myself as I am. I had to really embrace my flaws and embrace my strengths. And I'm coming to realize that I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect as a human being. I'm not perfect as a spiritual being. But in a way, I'm perfect in my imperfections. Okay, so I had to realize that in getting to know myself, I was getting to know the universe. And this is really powerful because I believe that there is a higher intelligent universe operating through and as us. And by the way, guys, if you are new to my YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe and leave a comment. And if you want to be part of my spiritual podcast called Consciously Awakening, feel free to send me a message. Okay, so get to know yourself and you will get to know the universe, someone said. And this is actually really powerful. This is actually really beautiful because science has proved that there is a multidimensional universe found in our subconscious mind, in our minds. Okay, so in our minds we have the universe itself. Now, how do we get to actually know ourselves? How do we get to actually know and love ourselves? Well, we accept ourselves, guys. We accept ourselves as we are. And I understand that some experiences have the power to break us. Some experiences have the power to wound us. But what I'm also coming to realize is the fact that when we accept these experiences as they are, when we accept ourselves in the experience, we get to actually know ourselves at a deeper level. We get to actually raise our consciousness at a deeper level. So there is an Indian proverb that says that everything that is happening in your life is happening exactly as it is supposed to happen. And this is actually really powerful because it gives me the opportunity to trust myself. You know, when I understand that I'm actually at the right moment, at the right time, I can actually reset my consciousness and be myself in the process. I can actually love myself and trust myself in the process. So you are always where you need to be, okay? And I realized that in getting to know myself, I have to forgive myself. You know, I have to accept myself. I have to embrace even my fears. I have to embrace even my so-called failure. But there is no failure. In essence, there are only lessons to be learned, okay? So I'm realizing that I can be my best friend or I can be my worst enemy. Now, I get to actually see the fact that I have to be my best friend. I have to be my best friend and I have to accept myself in the process no matter what. I have to love and respect myself in the process no matter what. I really have to alchemize myself in the process. And really, alchemy is done through accepting our feelings. The more that you get to actually accept your feelings is the more that you actually raise your levels of consciousness. So I realized that the emotional guidance system is the GPS. Okay, whenever you are feeling out of vibrational alignment, you are feeling a negative feeling. But whenever you are staying connected to vibrational alignment, you are feeling love, peace, joy, harmony. Okay, so it's about really getting to have a different connection with ourselves, getting to have a different connection with our inner being, getting to have a different connection with the consciousness that we have. So I realized that it's about self-love, it's about self-respect, it's about questioning. Okay, the more that you question is the more that you get to actually know. Question life, question yourself, because big questions lead to big answers. And usually the answer comes from within, because everything that we need is within ourselves. Everything that we need is within ourselves. The moment that we stop fighting an external source is the moment that we realize that we have the power within ourselves. You know, so I realized that human consciousness really has the potential to go beyond limits. But when we want to go beyond limits, we have to really know ourselves. We have to know what our limits are. We have to know what our flaws are. We have to know what our potential is. And we really have to dig deeper into the consciousness. We really have to dig deeper into the consciousness that is found within. The more that you go deeper into the rabbit hole is the more that you realize your truth. And your truth is the fact that you are an infinite spiritual being having a human experience. Okay? I realized in my awakening that my senses really opened into a new dimension. And this dimension was about a limitless potential. This dimension was about getting to see life in a different way. In a way that was reflecting my experience. In a way that gave me power and strength and bliss and harmony. Okay? So yeah, get to know yourself and you will get to know the universe. Because the universe is within. The universe is within. Everything that you need is within yourself. So get to look within yourself and find the answer there. Because that is actually really powerful. To get to love and accept yourself in the process is really powerful. So get to see what your strength is and actually focus on that. Get to know who you are at a deeper level. Get to actually focus on that. Get to love yourself unconditionally. Get to respect yourself unconditionally. Get to love yourself in the process and see what happens. And I also realized that we are creative beings. We have the power to create and manifest realities, the reality that we desire. But it all takes the courage for self-expression. It takes the courage for self-expression. Okay, so express yourself. Love yourself unconditionally. And be yourself in the process. It's all that you gotta do. Is be yourself in the process. Get to know that there is no enemy outside of yourself the moment that the enemy within doesn't have power over you. So there is no enemy out there. The only enemy is within. But when you make the within your best friend, then the outer enemy cannot touch you, cannot wound you. So the best fighter is never angry. The best fighter is never angry. And the best fighter knows himself. The best fighter knows the universe by knowing himself. So get to know yourself. Get to accept yourself. Get to embrace yourself. Get to respect yourself and see what happens. Okay guys, so this was today's message about getting to know yourself. Get to know yourself and you will get to know deeper truths about life, about the universe. You will get to see who you really are in the process, which again is an infinite spiritual being having a human experience, which is perfect in its imperfection. Guys, thanks for watching, and this was today's self-expression. Was about getting to know ourselves in the process. And when you get to know yourself, you will get to know the universe itself. Guys, thanks for watching. Much peace, and like always, see you on what is coming up next. If you are new to my YouTube channel, feel free to leave a comment and subscribe. And if you want to be part of my spiritual podcast called Consciously Awakening, feel free to send me a message. Also, if you want to work with me and get to know yourself in a spiritual way, feel free to send me a message. This was today's message about self-love, self-knowledge, and getting to know the universe. I love you so much, so much. Much peace and see ya.